OBS.
my stream fixed. And
All right. Awesome.
Yes, it's saying live. That's all good.
Oh, we have skipped 2 whole frames. But that seems to be my player has skipped 2 frames. OBS is not reporting any skipped frames. I am ready whenever you get the match hosted up.
Okay, let's create the match. 8K, 180 seconds, refinery. Standard rules.
And I guess we should not forget to grab our screenshots to send to Waggle.
Yes.
Though that does feel a little unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean,
just because we're both streaming it live, but it's fine.
yeah.
Let me throw this into Paint because last time I grabbed the screenshot, but then forgot to actually save the pregame screenshot. And so let's see. So this is pregame with robot round 1. Save and close Paint. Okay, and look at that. I got a whole 6 seconds.
Eventually, that's where's
always shards. Always.
Why don't I have paint.net installed? I remember I've installed it.
Can you uninstall Paint?
Not Paint, paint.net. Slightly better
version. Oh. I don't use it enough to need something specific.
It's just use it from time to time. It's just got slightly better. It's just a slightly better paint.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's got stuff
I
like
know
the Patch 1 tool and better drawing tools.
Oh yeah, I know. Windows has actually released a Paint 3D. So, yeah.
Paint 3D that no one's ever used. Like half the
Thank
stuff.
you for the subscription shards. Now we have the system that should get funny now. Thank you. Thank you very much, Explosive. All right.
What do I have here? I have a stack of 4 and a stack of 3. And you see 2 stacks of 2 and a stack of 3.
Mmm. Them delicious stacks.
Understood. So say we all.
Okay.
So say we all. Launching alert, Vipers.
Oh, I feel like you're playing Colonials. This looks like a Colonial deployment and not
I have no
Asylum deployment.
You don't need Argos and Serbs. Not Serbs. You need Serbs.
I was saying
Argos and base stars. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Going without.
Ooh, what's that? PCM.
Yeah. Gotta have PCMs. Three and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3. Hmm. And you are descending.
Yes. Like what most
Dive,
people do.
dive, dive. Mhm.
Right, how many squadrons do you have?
I have 13 total. I'll save you the trouble of counting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. The timer reminds you of Blitz chess. Sort of 180 seconds is pretty lax, though. Especially if we are both playing colonials, which what looks like might be the case. So
You never know. Until you get ID'd.
yeah. But I'm guessing you have 2 Atlas, 2 Artemis, and I think it's 2 Berserks and an Adamant is what you have points left over for, but I don't
Understood.
remember.
Let's just see what you've got, because 13 squadrons could be the exact same amount as what I've got. Or it's the exact same amount I've got, so it could be the same fleet. Because I'm fairly confident you've got colonials.
Yeah, it seems likely. It could be the same fleet, but it's unlikely to. But yeah. Multi-select, they could play with shorter windows. Someone uses dual manticore. So with multi-select, there's definitely the possibility to play with shorter windows. However, Cylons have some trouble in terms of
Check your solutions
managing
before engaging.
processing power. So
There's one single pressure lock between those pilots and cold space.
your 2 pairs are getting kind
Understood.
of spread, which. Okay. Let's see.
Understood. On it, Commander.
7 Manticore fleet and an Abyssus. Like that might be feasible on one of the lower difficulties. On the higher difficulties, I don't think you could manage it. I think you'd get
No, just
pulled
like
down by
just spam
guided and AP missiles.
Like you just have 3 base stars spawn on top of you, and you're like,
Yeah.
wish I had anti-missile
Like you could
defense.
definitely get through the first several rounds pretty easily, but starting about around 6, you're going to start taking losses, and it's going to get bad
'Cause
fast.
you have nothing to stand up to squadrons, and you have it ages to jump out. Yes, your PC.
I have secretly rigged the PCM to be an amazing defense against squadrons with elite new EMP effectiveness. And this is 100% trustworthy. You can totally believe me when I say that.
Understood. Yes, Commander. So say we all.
All
Hey,
systems
come
are
back here.
nominal.
That PCM was scary.
Private, on me.
He looked at me funny.
Well, I mean, I guess that's fair. Hmm.
On it, Commander.
So, for those wondering why we're both so cautious right now with the fighter count so close to even, his apparent 11 to my apparent 10, the person who's got friendly guns from their capital ships helping weigh in on the fighter battle will end up winning, which is why we're both kind of being real cautious here. PCM could take out all the ships, that's right.
So say we all.
Pirate Control is warmed up and preparing solutions.
Understood.
If all else fails, nuke 'em. That's right. You know, and I have my my nuke fleet that I use in my own streams. It is technically tournament legal. I don't think it'd win, but it is technically tournament legal. There are no more than 2 of any given ship. Oh, I was hoping
Weapons
you'd
free,
come after
prepare
me.
for engagement.
No. You're gonna go back to your ships. Or even if you weren't, they're too close together, too close to your fighters.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised you fell back there.
Yes, sir. Understood. So say we all. Yes, Commander. Yes, sir.
Action stations, action stations. This is not a drill.
Yes, sir.
They did an excellent job getting this game to reflect the fact that battles are almost more about a war of maneuver than anything else.
Watch your intervals, people.
Are we just a Dratus blip to them as well?
Yes, sir. So say we all.
This is indeed a best of 3, Scrubs. So this is round 1. The round 2 will be at the same time tomorrow. Round 3 will be Thursday, an hour earlier. And if we do only go 2 rounds, I will have a highlights of the whole tournament prepped up for us
First
for showing
shots
on
fired.
Thursday.
Fighter squadron is taking fire.
Woo! Can I
Right.
score a kill?
You have not
Oh.
scored a kill yet.
Oh, I see at least one Viper Mark 1 in there.
Yes, you're doing the go up as high as you can Dradis technique with your 3 ups.
God, I didn't even score a hit there. That's embarrassing. It's not even a hit. Oh, guys, what are you doing to me? Try aiming. Aim. All right. Let's see.
So say we all.
I mean, I know the range is kind of long here, but still, not a single hit. Painful, man. Painful. Have to view on demand the other 2? Yeah, you definitely will. Glad you're feeling better, but it is unfortunate that you won't be able to watch the next 2 live. Hopefully we can definitely entertain here. Can we score at least?
Nope, you have
Man.
not scored a single hit.
Berserks, why you let me down?
Which is quite a relief for me. I'm just losing a single fighter could be the cost of the fighter battle.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, Commander. IFF
And
confirms
that's-
unit is
Those
hostile.
my
An
arms
ARP?
lost.
2 ARPs, okay.
Well, I've ID'd your fleet, so now I know exactly what you're packing.
You do.
On it,
figured I might
Commander.
as well at least make it cost you.
Yes, the loss of the arms is going to be somewhat of a blow, but that's not the end of it. It's not like I've lost fight.
Still a long way from actually losing the match on losing 2 ARPs. What do the channel points mean at the bottom of the chat screen? I admit I don't know exactly. That is a thing that I know I need to look into. It's Pandora's box. You have a lot going on here. I predict munitions.
Munitions will be making an appearance.
The dreaded debris mine, perhaps. I don't know if I'm up for a repeat of.
Squadron has gone dark.
We're gonna hammer the fractures till they can't get back up.
And the first shots have been fired.
They have.
Understood.
I love how one of my ARPs decided to keep up the fighter brawl and the other 2 did not. The other 2 are just like, I'm gonna go home, guys. I'll catch you later. Alrighty then.
Yes. What's my next plan? That did not go as well as I'd wanted it to.
Yes, Commander.
This is possibly a stupid idea, but let's try it anyway.
Missile tubes prepped.
That should.
Yes, Commander.
How did you lose some squads?
Mm-hmm.
None of my squads has taken damage. Maybe you did hit. Maybe your capital ships did hit it after all.
Did one of your squads take damage? You put. Oh no, that's on that. Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you got one of them's down to 7.
So, maybe your capital ships aren't that atrocious after all.
I wonder why I couldn't find that earlier.
Yes, Commander.
Sync out of sync bug maybe. Oh, You know what else it might have been? It might have just been potshot mediums from the Atlas? No, that should have been firing
I think it's
at your
just
ARPs.
when you took some pot shots back.
Yeah.
Firing on target.
So say we all.
West out missiles.
Understood.
Ooh, that's some very close misses. I just zoomed in on my Artemis that's taking fire, and there are just 3 shots
Yeah.
directly above it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Switching gun to manual.
Berserk is taking damage.
Tin can on my tail. Take it down. Take it down.
We've lost a Berserk, sir.
Lost a berserk.
I'm going to lose a
Jupiter.
Jupiter, so I think that works out in your favor there. That was rough. Oof.
That was the fighter battle. You've lost 1.5 squadrons and an ARP. I have lost 1 squad. Okay, not.
On it, Commander. So say we all.
You do.
Which is
Yes, sir. Understood.
right.
On it, Commander. So say we all. Adamant is taking damage. Atlas is taking damage.
I'm hit! I'm hit! I'm hit!
Target acquisition is screwed. Give me manual controls now.
Just save that thing for another turn.
I did.
Understood. So say we all. Yes, Commander. Understood. System repairs underway. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood. Atlas is taking damage. Artemis is taking damage.
Turkey right 9 lower 7. I'm committing.
Yes, sir. On it, Commander. Yes, Commander. Understood. Recalling squadron.
They're giving us a hell of a
Squadron's gone dark.
We've been through worse.
Artemis is taking damage. So say we all.
Right, did any of my squadrons get safe?
2.
Indeed.
The Berserk and the Artemis that's about to eat shit.
Feel like there was a way I could have made him not die so bad. How many squadrons do you have left? It looks like 4.
Basically the same. Like, if you hadn't retreated that turn, you probably could have turned that. You probably would have won that.
Bugger.
Of course, I still have to win, and of course, I can only recall one of my fighters, so... And of course, it would have to survive to make it back. Is the other kicker here.
Yes, Commander.
The tense deep breathing. Oh, it is a very tense match. Oh, this
Artemis
could
is
very much
taking
still go
damage.
either way.
Artemis,
And that's
down.
the Artemis dead. And I've lost the squadron with it because the hangar was destroyed.
Yep.
Which is just...
Rest in peace, Assault Raptor fragment.
Oh yeah, that assault raptor's dead. There is
Yep.
nothing.
Missile tubes prepped.
Right. The question is, how on earth do I tackle the rest of your fleet?
You don't. You just go ahead and surrender. It's okay. I would allow it.
Gonna make it that easy.
Well, no, probably not.
There's no problem about it. I'm not letting you get away with it that easily.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Atlas is taking damage.
Atlas is taking... Oh wow, you're actually...
Oh, there we go. I was gonna be so annoyed there. Like, oh, come on. Alright. Well, this is gonna hurt.
With a bit of luck, that'll be that Berserk dead. Outright.
Probably, yes. Let's see.
On it, Commander.
So you're down to an Atlas, a Berserk, an Adamant, and an Artemis, and I'm down to 2 Adamants and a Berserk, plus another Berserk that may well die this round. Will probably die this round. I mean, I'm going to try and save it, obviously, but it's probably not going to work. Unfortunately, it is flat out of bottom armor, so unless I can get at least 4 of those missiles to hit the rear armor, that's just not going to work in my favor.
Firing solution is online.
Oh, I did it! Oh, I did it!
You survived against those missiles. How much armor does that thing have? Basically none.
Yeah, basically none. A stiff breeze will be the end of it. Oh. It lives to continue pestering you.
It lives
Brilliant.
to do basically nothing.
Yeah, it has top and frontal
On it,
armor.
Commander.
But, well, so if nothing else, what it does do is it forces you to fire missiles at it instead of something else.
Yes, sir.
Ah, co-evoking. Why you gotta do me like that? I can beat this.
Do what?
He's remarking that you have an untouched Artemis late game, and so that is the end of me, he thinks.
Yeah, I'm very much struggling to catch you, and I can't even missile that what's left. I kind of have to use
Not
the missiles
effectively,
against,
yeah.
Kind of have to use it against that Berserk at the back, purely because the 2 of your last 3 ships have decent anti-missile.
Say
PCMs,
we are.
and a lot of them, because you haven't been shooting missiles at them. Yeah.
No, I've been mindful of that.
Yeah. I am doing my best to make this as difficult for you as possible. Hopefully that is panning out.
Well, it's not been easiest end of game.
Nothing but the rain.
Solution updated. Target acquisition maintained.
What are you... What are my squadrons doing? What was that?
You attacked my Atlas in a really weird way.
Right? Like, allow me to go down in front of you before I decide to start shooting at you instead of just attacking like a normal person. Like, seriously, what on earth was that? And that wouldn't be quite so annoying if it weren't for the fact that I'm, like, sitting on so few hit points there.
Yeah, you do have 2 ships firing on your squadrons.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if I'm gonna make an attack run, I'd like the attack run to actually do some damage, you know? maybe pull the trigger. Okay.
Where is this adamant? Let's make sure this gets finished off.
Understood.
Why is that downloading? That is not the time to download something.
Yeah, now is not the time. That is very true.
That's gonna take on the
Subsystem
nose.
repairs are complete.
Of course it is. Subsystem repairs complete. What subsystem repairs?
Man, those 2 medium guns on that Atlas doing work. My lord. Wow. Oh. Alright.
Understood.
Pull back the Vipers until AA guns are down. The game came out a little over 2 years ago. As far as pulling back the Vipers until the AA guns are down, the problem is I need the Vipers to kill the AA guns. There is no like set AA platform, and honestly, the Atlas is going to be the last thing I kill. So.
So say we all. Understood.
And you cannot retreat your squadrons now.
Nope.
This is just... Yeah, that's... I really am desperate. I'm using my Atlas to destroy your fighters.
I mean, those 2 medium guns just did do the trick, so like...
We're taking fire!
What? Why are my guys not shooting? What? How are you in range of me, but I'm not in range of you? What madness is this?
You on... I would
Oh, that's the
assume you're on...
it's only the Berserk shooting. Okay. Your Berserk is shooting at my admin. I'm a little confused as to how the Artemis has...
On it, Commander.
Yeah, how...
The Artemis having range on the Adamant. So,
Like-
you know what this is we're in the thin range bracket of the Artemis being wider.
Yeah,
it's
because you can just see
from-
on my stream now. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, that's so annoying. That is so ridiculously annoying right now.
right then. how's
Okay.
Yeah, that my Atlas is actually doing some work in clearing your squadrons. That is impressive. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's doing more work clearing your squadrons out than both Berserks and Atlas Adamant combined.
Well, that's because I've been out of arc for the Berserks and Adamant.
Yes, sir. Yes, Commander. Adamant is taking damage.
Adamant is taking damage.
Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
Yeah, you're still on that narrow range bracket.
Yes, sir.
That's...
Yes, the game came out in
Adamant is
2017.
taking damage.
Plating is taking a pounding,
Berserk
sir.
is taking damage.
Right then, that's that other berserk finally
It is.
deceased.
Understood. Adamant is taking damage.
Violent decompression in Sector 9.
Yes, Commander. Adamant is taking damage. Berserk is taking damage.
That's the last of your missiles.
Yes, I did. Did I kill that berserk? While that... Yes, I did.
Yes, Commander.
Where are your fighter squadrons? They're up there.
Artemis is taking damage. Yes, Commander. On it, Commander.
Oh, man.
Berserk is taking damage.
We're taking sustained fire.
What's that? Ah, the adamant is dead. One
Yes,
ship.
you just got it at the end there.
One ship versus 3. Plus you
Yeah.
have fighter supremacy.
Yeah, I have some fighters left, but you... Yeah. I am not
Commander.
predicting a victory at this point. For me. It seems unlikely. If I could recall a squadron to the Berserk, I'd probably give it to me. But at this point, I don't know about that.
Oh, I think I just got a fight, one of your fighters with the artillery.
It might have, yeah.
just. That is not a nice thing to get hit by.
No, it is not.
On it, Commander. Understood. Yes, sir. So say we all.
And then there was one.
Yeah, one squad. It's my 2 heavies try and get it. A squad of 2 fighters.
Yes, Commander. Yes, sir.
This is indeed, yes, a best
Understood.
of 3. Round 2 will be... Go Team Bees. That's right. Round 2 will be tomorrow at the same time. Round 3 will be Thursday, just 1 hour earlier. And with the Berserk, and yeah, that's the end of that. All right, so now I just gotta
Yes,
kill
sir.
a Berserk, an Atlas, and an Artemis with 1 Berserk. We can do this, right? I think that Atlas gets MVP here, though.
What, for taking out, like winning the fighter battle for me, or clearing up your fighters
Yeah,
with an Atlas of all things.
yeah. Channel the Anabasis. Yeah, I do need some Cylon reinforcements here or something.
Yes, sir. Berserk is taking damage. Yes, Commander.
They're breaking.
Oh, that
Berserk is
Battlestar
taking line.
Artillery going right over the top. But some of it's hitting, and that
Order
hurts.
received.
Oh,
Clean
yeah,
up
this
and
is it.
de-escalate.
This is the end.
Yep,
GG.
for both Berserks. GG indeed.
All right. We got some time. Let's look at the replay here. Oh man, that Berserk surviving to the end. 447 damage. Oof. 159 from the other one. Of course, it soaked so many hits. 159 from one adamant, 228 from the other. Atlas only 87, 197 from the other. Poor Jupiter.
Yeah,
45 damage is all it got out. It died.
I just got focused at the very beginning.
Check your solutions before engaging.
Yeah.
Obliterated.
All right.
There's one single
What are the
pressure
damage
lock
numbers
between
on
those pilots
that
and
Atlas
cold
of yours that
space.
survived to the end?
Hang on. So, the surviving Atlas did only 177.6 damage.
Oh, that's it. Well, I guess to be fair, cleaning up the fighters, there wasn't that much damage to do.
No, I'd like to see how many fighters it killed, because it killed.
It killed so many
basically
fighters.
4 squadrons. Top damage to my surviving Artemis, 859.5. Lowest damage was the Atlas that did die on 50.
Yeah. After the previous rounds, you expected Cylons. Yeah, I mean, I kind of was too. But, it didn't happen. So
Cylons are what I usually bring.
Here we are.
But
Yeah.
after the second, Memphis round 2, that Memphis decided he would had enough of the tournament, decided not to play, that was actually not exactly going in my favour. And knowing you would probably torn it.
Check your solutions before engaging.
Yeah, I was very... I don't know about tear it to pieces, but I was very ready
One
for it.
single pressure lock between those pilots
Talk about the
and
Doomsday.
cold space.
So, Jupiter and the Atlas, of course, that lets the Jupiter's flag protect both Atlas with its flag. You've got, of course, the same thing going on with your Artemis.
All
and
systems
Atlas.
are nominal.
So you have the Atlas well above your Artemis at this point in the replay
Squadron,
that I'm
on
at
me.
now. And I don't think you ever
Fire
really closed it
control
up.
is warmed up and preparing
No, I
solutions.
wanted my Artemises to be below your fleet. That was a higher priority.
Yeah.
So the Atlas has kind of got left above. But then neither of us
Yeah.
really did munitions.
Weapons
so-
free, prepare for engagement.
No, I mean, you were able to use your munitions to bring down that one berserk, and honestly, that you having the munition advantage there is probably what pulled that in your favor. Like, if I'd had 2 berserks,
Action stations, action stations. This is
stacked
not
on you.
a drill.
I'd outgunned you in all those gunfights. I think that would have gone differently.
I don't think
Watch
so,
your intervals,
because
people.
the first thing that happened was your most gunship heavy ship.
Are we just a Drata
Jeepster
slip to them as well?
Died.
Right, but it doesn't have a range advantage. With the berserks having the range advantage, I think I'd have been able to skate the edge of the range. But I don't know. You know, it's hard to say now, of course. And I was really kind of hoping that the ARPs would do at least a little bit of fire control damage on that first salvo, and they just didn't. Didn't quite crack the armor. That would have made a big difference.
If that actually kills the fire control on that, then yes, that would be.
Yeah.
We're gonna hammer the frackers till they can't get back
I
up.
honestly did not expect to win that fighter battle, but then you decided to withdraw your squadrons.
I was at that point when I decided to withdraw them. I was losing. I had
Firing on target.
I think it was 5-4. With
Switching
you
gun to
at
manual.
5, and I think yours were
Tin can
generally
on my
higher
tail.
health.
Take it down, take it down.
In your favor. I think it was 5-4 in your favor.
No, definitely wasn't. Because I was counting.
Grifter,
I counted
Grifter,
before
I'm taking
you had
hits.
5, and I think I still had 4.
Get him, get him.
Turn that you withdrew, you may have been down to 4.
This is what
that
we
point.
do.
I'm hit.
But then, you know, your one Atlas there
Give me manual controls now.
just,
That's what.
Clean me
Man,
up,
that's
like-
Brett,
fire
got
on
it.
your ships. I should have been doing anti-fighting.
Bogey in my kill slot.
yeah. Like, I did
Optimizing firing
not, did not
solution.
expect one Atlas to be able
Turkey,
to do
right
that
9,
much,
lower
and
7.
it
I'm
just-
committing.
It beat the crap out of them. That was painful.
They're giving us a hell of a storm,
This one turn here. Oh my lord! I just watched that
Weapons for
where I
work.
had them attack your Atlas from above, and they really do. They just completely whiff that strike. And of course,
fighter AI
and they
is
took so many hits that turn.
goofy right now. Like, when I relaunched
Oh, so
my
they do
singular,
shoot at you, but they only shoot you for a little bit, and then they just kind of like, yeah, I don't like the angle.
Like when I relaunched my remaining squadron in the end, and it engaged your
Firing
fighters, they
solution
just
is
kind of
online.
stopped. All the squads just sort of stopped in the same place and just stood stationary as they shot at each other. Which is,
Oh, well, so that's actually something they changed with the last patch. How they kind of slow down to shoot at each other longer. I'll show that again here. So,
Nothing but the
here it is, folks. You can see all of our
Solution
squadrons just kind of
updated.
move real
Target
slow as they get
acquisition
real
maintained.
close range. And then once they're done with that, they come way out. And then they shoot at each other. And as they get close to the end of their strafing, they slow down. And it's much more noticeable when you're shooting at capitals. Because, of course, you can stay at the end of that strafing run for a really long time. I would be okay with a tiebreaker game. Because that means that I'm still in it. But yeah, this strafing run,
We're taking
that
fire!
first strafing run on the Atlas, they shoot just for a couple of seconds there, and here's what really gets me, is they come down in front where your Adamant and Berserk can shoot them, and I take so much damage on my squadrons that turn. And that is just so painful.
Plating is taking a pounding, sir.
Violent decompression in
Just
Sector 9.
that like 50 or 100 meter range advantage that the Artemis has on my adamants making such a big difference there. Like, oh, I felt so annoyed there. It's like such a tiny difference. But it forces me to turn face and bring the other armor facing around, giving you another turn to shoot at me. Oh, that was so painful.
We're taking sustained fire.
It did really emphasize just how thin the range advantage is on the Berserk, though. Because, of course, you were shooting at my Adamant while my Berserk, just a little further away, wasn't able to shoot at your Artemis.
Yeah. And even then, I'm like, there's points where it's like the range brackets differences are just tight, because there's the point where I'm firing with just my PDCs.
Yeah.
At the other end.
That's what I mean. It's like the PDCs are shooting at me while the light guns on my Adamant, which are also on the outer edge of the ship, aren't able to shoot. So obviously it didn't end up costing you the match, but your Berserk getting out of effective range with its medium guns was very nearly very costly for you. Like, you did end up winning, but your Atlas, or not your Berserk, your Atlas not being in range to cover with it and letting me get a few extra turns with my remaining squadrons.
Trouble is, the Atlas is
They're
so
breaking.
slow.
Push
It's like
the
I'm
line.
trying
It
to
is.
maneuver my Berserk to get
Order received.
out of
Clean
your
up and
squadron line of
de-escalate.
fire, shoot at your squadrons, and get close to my
Yeah.
Atlas that somehow is good at shooting squadrons.
Yeah. I mean, the light and medium guns that Colonials have are really honestly their best capital guns for shooting at squadrons. It is amazing how effective they are. In the stream on my channel yesterday, I used my 2 Adamants and 2 Berserks that are in this fleet to just decimate the 4 squadrons that who was I facing? It wasn't Memphis. It was Vanguard. Who was it? Let me look here real quick. Oh no, North Star. I was going against North Star, and you know the 2 Atlas or the 2 Berserks and 2 Adamants with their 8 lights and 10 medium guns just tore up his 4 squadrons in like 2 turns, 3 turns. It wasn't long at all. So I mean, medium guns doing work.
Yeah.
PCMs didn't really do much for me there. I was a little disappointed. I didn't do much at all.
Didn't
In fact,
do.
actually, I'm trying to think. Did the PCMs ever go off? I don't think I ever
No,
had a
you
PCM
didn't-
actually go
You
off.
didn't have a PCM that went off.
Yeah, I fired 2. Neither one of they were both preemptive, and both unnecessary.
Yeah, because
And every other time you were firing either at the Jupiter with its flak up,
fire the Jupiter to keep its
or at
flak
the
up so
Berserk,
there's
which
no
was out of
PDCs.
position to benefit
Yeah.
from the PCMs.
Yeah, and then that Berserk to just kill it because it's at that point
Right.
useless.
Yeah, and that cost me. Like, I peeled that Berserk off because it was dying to your guns, and I was never able to get it back in with the 2 Adamants to get back under the PCMs, and that was painful. so much dancing around with the Vipers. It was really entertaining. Yep, I do score that kill in that first round of firing. I don't know why I wasn't able to pick out which one of your squadrons took damage when I looked, because I did go looking. Like, did I really miss all those shots? Because I wasn't expecting to. Like, as I was just saying, like all those medium and heavy guns
Yeah, I don't know what.
do a decent bit of damage. I liked being able to pick off your 2 ARPs early on, but
Oh yeah,
that
that
ended up.
was a clumsy mistake by me. I
Yeah.
was sort of going after your other ARPs and also trying to do some scouting. And then I saw your fighters go up and go, yeah, my fighters are not in a good position to defend them. You
Yeah,
got
I
no
saw
off-
your ARPs coming in to do some scouting, and I'm like, is he really gonna try and scout right now with his ARPs? All right, well, I will take him out real quick so that I don't have to worry about those later.
Yeah, that could have been useful, but in the end, unnecessary.
Yeah. I mean, it let you get Dratus locks because, of course, otherwise, I'd have had Dratus locks on you, whereas you would have had to have brought your fighters in to get it on me. So, overall, I think it was probably still worked out for you just fine there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that was a mistake, but if it was only going to be a scouting run, I probably would have only done it with one of them, not both.
No, I tended to just try and have an ARP-only battle,
Yeah.
but then you brought your fighters in and then it
Well,
came
even
rather
if you wanted
one-sided.
to go for an ARP only battle, I had 3 to your 2.
Could
Like,
have
it still would
taken
have been a victory for me. Especially with it being over my airspace, an occasional medium gun hit from the Atlas would have been okay. Man, wait, I want to go back to that. Where is that? So I'm looking at your Artemis chasing, and of course, the length of the Artemis lets the 2 heavy guns take pot shots at my Adamant while nothing else can shoot. Like, my Adamants are nice broadside on, and your 2 heavy guns are taking pot shots. I mean, they all missed, but still, it's like the size of the ship being a range advantage is just something weird. Like, I don't think we've seen people trying to dance in the thin range advantage that Berserks have and other ships have so much to really see just how much the size of a ship can give it an advantage when its guns are on the outer edges. Which I guess really only comes down to the battle stars, because of course all the base stars have their guns, more or less top and bottom on the center. The Kratos, of course, is kind of the exception. It's got its guns out on the edges of its wings. And that's almost a penalty to the Kratos, because of course the Kratos, because it's on 3 distinct pylons, it can easily end up with only, 6 of its 10 heavy guns firing. I think this battle very nicely showed that, winning the fighter battle is not the end of the game for the player who loses the fighter battle.
Because I killed both your Atlases pretty quickly, which means you got some up shots off, and then...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you had the paint target, which was actually fairly effective, but
Yeah,
still...
the paint target helped, but, it was one of those things of, you're basically, a few shots from the Adamant and the Berserk, but mostly the Atlas, just cleaning up my squadrons just a little bit at a time while I slowly tried to chew through armor with the few squadrons I had left at the end of the fighter battle. And, I mean, you weren't even aggressively spreading your ships out so that they could all cover each other. If you'd really been focusing on the squadrons, you could have killed them so much faster, even still. So, we talk about carrier fleets being super deadly, but if you can bring it down to being close, it's not that bad. Like, it's very winnable still.
I was focusing more on obliterating your capital ships.
Yeah. And I mean,
just bringing out
that
fighters
obviously...
that should win the fighter battle, and then my capital ships can just focus on killing capital ships.
Yeah. And I mean, I think if it were me, I probably would have just gone ahead and picked off the squadrons, knowing that once the squadrons were gone, you had the capital ship advantage. But that obviously still worked out for you. So. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. This was round 1 of the tournament finals in a best of 3 between myself, Sergeant Z-Dog, and Robot Penguin.
Hello.
We will be having round 2 tomorrow at the same time, so that's 8 a.m. U.S. Central, 2 p.m. GMT.
Yep. I look forward to it.
Yeah. This was an excellent match. It was very close.
Oh yeah, that was. At the end there where I had, even with just the Adamant, Berserk, Atlas and Artemis, I could have easily lost it there. One poor maneuver by me, one good one by him.
I mean, one overcommit. It did cost you your Berserk there.
At the end of the Berserk, I was like, right, that can just be a distraction so that your Berserk doesn't disengage and run away, so I can get my Atlas Artemis even in.
And of course I had to kill it, because of course if I didn't kill it, your Berserk would have been in range of me to kill me.
Yeah.
So it did free up your Artemis to just charge on in, so that it would be in range the turn following.
Yeah, like, definitely artillery in range, you're not getting away.
Yeah.
Sorry, Berserk. Your sacrifice was necessary.
Yeah. And of course you did an excellent job, trickling the missiles out one at a time to make me keep my flak wall up. Exactly what one should do. I probably should have thrown my PCMs back there so that I could have had the flak wall down.
Yeah, because if you had your flak wall down for even just a single turn without worrying about missiles, then That
That's extra damage. I could have
Yeah.
fired my missiles.
that
Yeah.
Artemis could have, or the first Artemis that died, could have been
Yeah.
died a lot sooner, and you could switch focus onto the other Artemis rather than
Yeah.
the dead Artemis sort of
So,
chilling around
I
for
mean,
a bit.
a single Artemis isn't too big a threat for all my lighter ships because they can get below it, and then they end up, outgunning you. The kicker was really, I had to clean up your other ships. To level that playing field, and until they were cleaned up, I couldn't deal with the Artemis. But of course, they kept hiding behind the Artemis.
Yeah, that was what I wanted. Found I actually made a nice gap where my Artemises had gone so far below my Atlases. I found I actually had a nice gap to just slot them in
Your
between my
Adamant and Berserk, yeah.
yeah.
I
Beginning.
mean, I guess you had host advantage there, but I don't think I would have been running the Berserk and the Adamant that close to each other.
It was quite nervous at the beginning when I thought,
yeah,
that's actually quite close. Let's just edge my Berserk, the top and bottom ships, just a little further away.
yeah. They were really close. Any timeline for the fleet tutorial? The Cylon ships in detail should be this Friday, 6 p.m. GMT. Oh, on getting them onto YouTube. Hopefully this afternoon. I have a lot of stuff otherwise going on in my personal life, but hopefully that should be done this afternoon. Fleet comp, yes, no, the fleet comp and the colonial ships in detail will both be on YouTube this afternoon. Cylons ships in detail will be done Friday, 6 p.m. GMT. That'll be live on Twitch, and I'll have it posted up. Have that one posted up on YouTube probably Sunday. Man, that range advantage the PDCs on the Artemis. I don't think I'm ever gonna get tired of looking at that. That's just such a thin range advantage there. Were you deliberately going for that robot penguin, or was that just something you kind of fell into?
It's fell into that.
Yeah, that's fair. Because of course the Artemis, for as long as it's below the target with all of its Battlestar artillery, definitely outguns Adamants and Berserks anyway.